Hi and welcome everybody to Let's Talk Automotive. Hello Professor, we're back and we are with AMG.
We're starting our journey with the AMG brand, and we thought what better place than to start that journey than at the AMG Performance Center. So today we are going to be reviewing...
We're starting with the smallest.
The smallest, we're going to build up to the largest, let's hope.
Yes.
So we're going to look at the A35 AMG. Okay, Vish, so before we take the vehicle for a test drive, let's have a look at some of the design elements from an external point of view.
That makes it AMG.
That makes it AMG. So first of all, we've got our, what do you call these, Vish?
Diffuser blades.
Diffuser blades. So what do these diffuser blades do?
Something to do with aerodynamics and CD, I'm sure, and you'll unpack it.
Well, I tell you what they do a very interesting job. So these create a vortex, actually. And that vortex creates an air curtain that goes down the entire length of the car. And the reason for that is 40% of airflow that is generated through the vehicle goes underneath the vehicle.
So obviously this assists it to be more stable.
It assists it to be more stable because the AMGs also have a very flat bottom in terms of the undercarriage. And if the air spills out underneath these sills over here, it actually creates additional aerodynamic drag, and it reduces the effectiveness of the diffuser that we have at the rear of the vehicle.
I'm presuming this sill is also applicable to a smaller extent.
The sill is very critical in terms of making sure that this air curtain works and stops airflow coming out from underneath the vehicle.
I see there's cross-drill brakes on this.
Yes, now any performance vehicle of note is going to require good braking. So what do you think these cross drills do, Vish?
Something to do with air and faster braking.
Okay, I'll give that to you. A lot of people think that those cross drills are there to cool the brakes down. That's actually not the case. What actually happens is that under harsh braking, which you're going to do a lot of in a high performance vehicle, the brake pads themselves get so hot that the bonding agent starts to just discharge in the form of gas. And it's that gas that traps between the brake pad and the surface of the disc. And it actually causes the pad to separate from the disc, and we get what's called brake fade. So where you brake and there's no braking because there's actually no contact between the pad and the disc. And those holes allow the gas to escape through the disc so that the pad can reseat on the disc and you get your brake performance back again.
So Peter, it's been a while since you've been behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz.
It has, you know, I almost think it's been a generation, to be honest. So
you were product manager.
I was, yeah.
A few moons ago.
A few moons ago. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. It is just exquisite. It really is. It's breathtaking, really.
From a tech point of view, are you impressed?
I am.
Just blown away.
Look, I mean, we're going to have to go through all the menu options and how to navigate the different clusters over here just now.
It's a good thing we've got a few Mercedes on test, because I think we need an entire show to go through all the features.
No, 100%. But I mean, I'm blown away. Very, very Formula One-ish in terms of its steering wheel. I mean, even this little dial over here and this button to select some of the modes.
The different driving modes.
It's pretty cool. Driving modes, yeah.
And you see the traction control, your dynamic suspension settings, everything's at a touch of a button. And what I found amazing, because I've kind of gotten used to all this tech over the last 3 years of reviewing vehicles, but for you coming back into the Mercedes, they've made it kind of elementary in that every access, it's got a touch screen, it's got a touch mini mouse or mice.
Oh wow! Are these? Is this? What is the plural of mouse?
A mice. A mice.
So it's got two little touch pads over here.
Oh, two little touch mice.
Touch mice. Look at that!
And then you've also got a pad here, an actual physical pad which you can scroll through on the left.
Okay, that's incredible.
So there's so many ways for you to access everything in this car.
What I do like is that there is a home button on each of these. So if I get lost, I'll just press the home button and it kind of reverts back to a centralized point that I can start navigating my way around.
Well, there's home as well. Remember, this is touch screen on this side. So tech. So maybe we should drive a bit. Huh?
Yeah, let's take it for a spin. I'm looking forward to that.
Leaving aside tech, this is probably a proper entry-level AMG.
It certainly is. From just the initial drive that I've had in it, it's very sprightly. Incredible. Now, I noticed also one of the displays was giving me an indication of what power was being sent to the individual, individual axles, front and rear.
Yeah, so the four-wheel drive 4MATIC systems are, it's now become the norm with Mercedes-Benz across most of their models. It's impressive. And coming back to AMG, which you would know stands for?
It stands for Albrecht, Melcher and Grossesbach.
Oh, lovely.
So Albrecht and Melcher were the two guys that started AMG, and Grossesbach was the town where Albrecht was born in, believe it or not. So that's what the AMG stands for. But I got a question for you while we just enjoy the pure performance of this. What differentiates an AMG from a normal Mercedes-Benz vehicle?
Okay, we're not talking AMG line now. When we're talking actual AMG.
The actual proper Packer AMG.
Well, I think engine, obviously.
So there's 6 elements that actually differentiate an AMG from a normal vehicle. So, and this is, I think, very important to understand because we're looking at a hefty price tag for this vehicle.
Yes.
So this is an A-class, and it costs?
Entry level, I think it's about 970.
And this one, as it stands?
Yeah, I need to double check it.
But it's around about
1.1, 1.2, somewhere around there.
All
but
right,
we can
so,
double check it, yeah.
So it's over R1 million.
Yes.
I mean, that's still eye-watering stuff for an A-class. But let's have a look at what an AMG does. So AMG works on 6 things. They work on the engine, transmission, suspension, exhaust, the external features of the vehicle. Where am I now? 5. What have I missed out on?
We'll have to double check
software.
That. Software, yes, you didn't mention software.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that they actually redesign. Oh. Yeah. I'm starting to see the value proposition in this vehicle.
Yeah, is it justifying the price tag now?
It seriously is.
So Peter, you were asking about the dial, the little charge.
Yeah, so I can see what my fuel consumption is on an instantaneous basis. I'm pretty sure I can get an average on this as well. But what I wanted to find out is, what is this charge section illustrating over here?
So it returns power back to the mini electric motor.
So you're telling me this is what they call a soft hybrid?
Yes.
So it's not a plug-in hybrid.
No, you can't run on electrical battery power.
So that charge really, that electric motor, which is ultimately going to be a derivative of the starter motor, which is going to be placed between the engine and gearbox.
Correct.
That's going to provide the little bit of extra boost that we need on functions like this.
Instant response.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay. I see, just by the way, this car's been kitted with everything. So
yeah, everything and the kitchen sink.
We've got our lane keep assist, we've got our forward-facing collision avoidance system.
You've got early brake assist. There's a whole host of features from an assistance package. Obviously, you've got multiple cameras, 360 cam. You've got attention assist, which reminds you when to take your coffee breaks. You've got active blind spot assist. The beeping obviously gives you a buffer between if you're passing too close to a car or your blind spot. So yeah, it's got all the safety features within its repertoire. Speed, performance, AMG. What could be better?
I am so happy that we've done this review and that I'm back in this saddle in a Mercedes-Benz again. That really was
it's like
outrageous.
Coming home, Peter.
It was like coming home.
One thing I must say, it's a race car in a compact form.
Yeah, very, very dynamic vehicle. But I think at the end of the day, we need to now give it a rating.
Yeah, I think it's a good time for them. Just one thing we didn't touch on. Suspension and comfort on our roads now.
Well, we drove it around on the hardest setting.
Yes.
And it was very, very stiff.
But brilliant for handling.
But brilliant for handling.
Traffic circle.
We did a little drive around a traffic circle just to see what kind of grip levels the car really had, and it was sensational, I've got to say.
Oh, amazing. The 4-wheel drive systems on this, impressive.
Very, very, very good.
So, rating-wise, in its segment, I would give it a 7.5.
A 7.5. Okay. I'm close to where you are. I'm gonna score it less though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna score it a 6, and there's 2 reasons for that. And the first is that I've still got to get used to paying over R1 million for an A-class. But the second reason is that I'm waiting for the A45 AMG. And I think that's going to set the record straight with me.
100%. Thank you for joining us on Let's Talk Automotive. I'm Vishnu.
And I'm Peter.
Till next time.
See you next week.